Friends, nowadays in society, people are even getting offended that you don't trust them. But everybody, including them, they all admit that the society, the elements in society are so dangerous that if you don't have active defense for yourself, you cannot function in the society. And therefore, you have to start with distrust and mistrust, because it is what we exported from the West. West fundamentally distrusts people because of various things I will discuss in other videos. And in India, we all have from ancient times based our dealings on the basis of trust. For example, arranged marriage, it is on the basis of trust. And so nowadays people get offended and they are ready to stop serving you if you don't trust them. And actually, on the other hand, they are asking you to trust implicitly, and they are not trusting you. They are taking in writing that everything has been discussed and you both are on equal footing. And but actually in the writing, you see everything is in their favor. For example, you go to a hospital, you go with a patient. The patient is in critical condition, so the patient has to be admitted. They will admit the patient only when you sign the release papers and so many other things. They'll say it's just a formality, please sign here, etc. The forms are not filled. The forms are, many fields are there which are sensitive, which are critical. They also know it. They know it because if they go with their family members, etc., to these hospitals, they would not sign it blindly, but they expect us to sign it, and that's part of the job. They've been trying to ask us to trust and sign, and to undermine the importance of these forms and signatures. Whatever happens, it is our responsibility, not their responsibility, etc., etc. There can be so many side effects. There can be anything wrong that can happen when the patient is operated upon or treated, etc. The corporation is not at all. It's not a hospital anymore. We all know that these are corporations. The corporation is nowhere responsible for anything that will happen, etc. All of that is in the forms, but it is not filled. What kind of side effects, the specifics are not at all filled, and you sign, and then they will fill those details. So once you sign them, because you don't have any other alternative, or they will say you have an alternative, you can decline to join this patient to our hospital, you can go to another hospital and thereby lose the valuable time. They also know time is of essence and energy is of essence. And they also know you are choosing this hospital because you think this hospital is better than the available others for various reasons and for your circumstances. Either for reimbursement or etc., whatever. So they ask you to trust 100%. They don't trust you at all, and they at every step take not just money, but your written consent and several other things, and also not in a proper way, not in a fair way. They will not fill all these details, so that they will not give you time. They don't want to give you time to even think. They say you will be scared. So, but no, I will think about whether I'm scared or not. So, all of this, that. Okay. Now, if I say that I also want to take a photograph or a videograph, or I also want to have a copy, or I also want to think for some time, etc., they are immediately alarmed, and they don't allow you, and they will have boards wherein photography, videography is prohibited. It's not prohibited by law, it is your policy, it is applicable to the employees of your corporation. It's not applicable to everyone. Yeah, you're talking about privacy, but we are not going into any person's, any patient's, any other patient's private ward or private bed, etc. And we are not making any document of it, right? So you are concerned about your patient and the way they treat, etc. And is there any dispute, etc. Whatever they say, whatever they are saying, we are just trying to make a record of it, because that is asked of when you are in court, etc. When and if you are in court. So you are just building your defense. You cannot build your defense in their premises, is what they are saying. You cannot. So if you are not allowed to build your defenses, even if it is in their premises, because their premises is in this country, then they are actively obstructing your right to be a citizen that is awake, right? So this is the problem. This is who will monitor? I mean, yeah, there are courts, but after you lose a valuable person or a valuable time and your health and your life, all of that, then whatever the courts do is only minimal, right? Nominal. And even that, you know how difficult it is to get anything done in the courts and what kind of delays happen, etc. Therefore, this is, I mean, we went to a doctor, for example, once, and the doctor room, they had to tell us something important, and there is a CCTV camera recording everything, whatever, even including the audio. And I wanted to record audio, and the doctor says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm recording the audio because it is whatever you are going to say is important, and I don't want to ask you again and again, and I don't understand medical terms. I'm a common person. So I need to be able to go back to it, refer to it, and understand and think, and then take a decision." She says, no, you have to trust us, and we don't allow recording. And I just look at the CCTV camera. I said, "Is that recording?" She said, "Yes." So they can record, we cannot record, right? So anyway, it's not just one example. There are several examples wherein if you show any sign that you are building any reference, it's not about proof, it is also reference. Because suppose two people talk with each other and have agreed to do something. One person might forget or remember differently than what has been actually talked about, right? So they will do according to their remembrance, not according to the commitment actually. So when and if you are making an agreement between any people, including family members, it is always better to create a reference as a document, so that later, by chance, if the other person forgets, I could also forget, they can show the reference, and everybody, we will all reconcile to that, right? And things will go smoothly, as expected, and orderly way. No, people want chaos. People want conflict, and they want to fight, and there are so many people, like for example, lawyers, who benefit from fighting. If people fight, they get money. If people fall ill, doctors get money and hospitals get money. If people, meet with accidents, ambulances get money. I'm not twisting it. Yes, ambulance is a great service, doctors and hospitals are great service, lawyers are great service, yes. But the incentives are at the wrong place. You should get, ambulances should get, lawyers should get money to solve problems, not to sustain them. Doctors and hospitals should get regular money, nominal small amounts of money from every family when people are healthy. And when people are not healthy, they will anyway serve. So they will make sure that people will not fall ill, and therefore preventive, proper organic food is taken and diet is taken and no chemicals are mixed, etc., etc. Anyway, it's a long subject, everything is connected, but I'm trying to tell you in so many other ways. For example, you go to a person for loan, okay, they will not tell you the terms and conditions in writing in the beginning. Only they will take you 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, only in a variable thing. They will ask you to do this, do that, etc. And on that trust, you have to do. And they may later change their version, definitely, but they will not let you record anything or anything like that. And at the end, they will give you so much at once, they will give you so much material to read, and that too in a very, very, very small fine print. And you have to sign them just like that, and they will not allow you any time for that also. You have to sign them, they will ask you to sign them, or they will get offended that you are not trusting them, etc. Once you sign them, you are in their hands, right? This is, I mean, everywhere it is like that. This is what is urbanization, this is what is Western import that we have imported, all of this. This is not the life that can support any spiritual instruction or spiritual contemplation, etc. This is opposite way. ये ह्रास है, ये अभ्युदय का पथ नहीं है. So, I'm just trying to tell you that most spiritual people fail in instilling spirituality in others because of these reasons, because they are not qualified, because of the system they are living in. Not that they are bad. Every human being has great potential. Vivekananda says each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest it. But that potential divinity is not manifesting because of these reasons that I am mentioning. It's not just this. There are several. You have to see a whole of the channel to understand what are the practical things that are stopping people from manifesting their divinity. And unless we take care of these things, we cannot progress in spiritual life. Thank you.